Hi, this is Gwen Warning talking on the issue of self-disclosure. Self-disclosure between a client and a therapist has to be very careful. As a therapist, you have to be very careful not to share your personal information. For those of us that love to talk and, love to feel warm and comfortable with the client and feel like when they talk about their family pet and their husband, their kids, and sometimes we want to open up about our husband and kids, we have to be very careful because we could say something to the client that we may not mean any harm by, but it may be detrimental to the counselor and the client relationship. And also you have to be very careful about the issues of, crossing ethical boundaries. You may disclose something that you may feel is not harmful, but then as a patient of yours who's going through, you never know, traumatic, emotional, personal issues, later on down the line, that information that you disclose could turn around and hurt you because the client then can use that against you, and they could say that you were crossing ethical boundaries and turn around and use that information against you, like I just said. And then there you are, facing trouble. You could lose your license, or you could, they could be revoked, you could be suspended, and then that person that you're trying to help would no longer be your client. So, as a social worker, counselor, whatever you are, you just have to be very careful. Even relaying information such as your birthday, you can share information like, yeah, I have a birthday that's coming up, and, a client that is going through trouble could take that as, well, my therapist's birthday is coming up, and, I need to go get her an expensive gift. So you have to be very careful because, personal information, like I said, later down the line, it would end up hurting the therapist and client relationship. And we have to keep in mind that it's a paid relationship, not a personal relationship. Yes, we are getting paid, but we are paid to do a job to help the client, towards rehabilitation. And, not to become personal, because then they could take it as, oh, I like my therapist, she's like a sister. My therapist, he's like a brother to me. We're very close with, and, that shouldn't even happen. That shouldn't even come out of the mouth of, our client. And, when the client see us, they should see us as, this person is who I'm going to seek help from. This person is someone I can confide in. And, they're there to seek our assistance, to get our help, not for us to sit down and engage in a personal relationship where both of us kick our shoes off and get comfortable, just have a chit chat. We're there to do a job. And so like I said, we just have to be careful about self-disclosure. I was reading reading the chapter, and I was giving an example about how a therapist, a psychiatrist, he told the student who was his client a little too much, and about how he had wanted to commit suicide on several occasions. Well, the student didn't pay really any attention to it until she found out later that he had killed himself. And then there was this guilt put on her because she felt like, well, I didn't know he was going to actually do it. I could have did something about it to help prevent it. But see, as him being a professional, he should have known better not to disclose information such as, yeah, I want to commit suicide myself. I've been thinking about it. That was nothing for him to tell, one of his patients. So, like I said, we just have to be very careful because we will be crossing a thin line if we self-disclose too much. And, just keep it to a minimum. Just if we disclose anything, it should be, something that, I don't know, maybe they said, well, my cat got killed. I had a cat that got ran over. Maybe you said, well, I had a dog to get killed also. I don't know. Just keep it to a minimum. So that's all I got to say. Thanks. Bye.